At the moment we're waiting in the lobby of the hotel when it was picked up to take to the train station. We get the train, overnight train to Sapa. We're travelling by class Pumpkin. So it's 8:30 and where are we off to, Bill?
Sapa.
Sapa, overnight train. Just got picked up at the hotel by a taxi. Now our guide's trying to organise our tickets, I think. About to hop on the train. There's Bill about to get on the train. So this is our cabin for the night, overnight up to Sapa. It's about a 10-hour trip, maybe 9. As it says, pumpkin class. It's 5:30 and we just arrived at Sapa, just outside Sapa. How'd you sleep, Bill? Good? So it's still dark. Now we've got to meet our driver who will take us to the hotel about 1 hour drive away. So Lao Chai railway station. There's Bill. And here's my man to take me to Sapa town. From Lao Chai, it's a 35-kilometre climb up a mountain to Sapa.
Trước đây tôi đã 2 buổi. Bây giờ tôi đi rồi tôi đi em.
After a 45-minute trip up the 35 k's up the mountain, arrived at Sapa. Now about 7:30. Part of the welcoming committee here, some of the ethnic groups. This is our second hotel of the tour. We're in Sapa. Sapa is a lot bigger than I thought. It's like about 1 million people up here. Very big town or city. It's about 7:45 now. Because we arrived only 8 o'clock. Didn't have a room ready for us, but we insisted on a shower, so they provided this room for us to have a shower. So they didn't actually have a room prepared for us, but they allowed us to use one. Someone checked out, just had a shower. This is the view from the balcony just outside our room. Some of the ethnic tribe people down there seem to be everywhere. And we're about to have breakfast and then go on our trek. Breakfast time. Bill's finally got his pho, these noodles, and I've gone for a, what have I got, Bill? Cheese and tomato omelette. I don't think Bill will get through that, that's huge. So it's 9 o'clock, finished breakfast and we're off for our trek with our trusty guide Sue, who's up front there. Just looking back on part of Sapa, built on the side of the hill. It's about 6 or 7 degrees cooler here, it's absolutely beautiful. About 18 degrees. It's a nice view looking back on Sapa, bathed in sunlight this morning, just after 9 o'clock in the valley below. Here's some information on Sapa. Sapa belongs to the northwest of Vietnam, approximately 376 k's from Hanoi. The altitude of Sapa is 1200 metres to 1800 metres, with the highest point being Pan, peak of 3,143 metres. There are 4 seasons in a day. Cool morning, sunny summer in the noontime, cloudy autumn in the afternoon and cold winter at night time. It's one of the villages down in the valley that we're just passing. Terrace the fields, very rich soil, growing vegetables here. So we've now walked down the track about 2 k's down this area. Now we're heading up hills. It's a newly constructed building here. There's Bill up ahead. So we're heading down into this village. (2,600) live in this Lao Chai village. There's Bill there. So we're walking along the ridge, looking down into this valley. These terrace fields, growing mainly rice, apparently, rice and vegetables. And we're walking along this road. And just along the road here is a group of people cutting into these logs. Not sure what they're making. I think they could be for support. Bill's just stopping to wash his hands. Some water coming out the mountain. We're heading down to the village. Some kids bring up some firewood up the hill. So now we're heading down to the village at the bottom. Along this path here, opposite. And down deep into the valley. And this is where we're heading. In the distance there is Lao Chai village. We're going right down the bottom of that valley there. Apparently in the distance there on the right hand side there, behind that tower, that's where we're having lunch. It's very hot. It's probably nearly 30 degrees with a breeze. So quite hot. Real mountain goat country. Bill's already fallen over twice. Ruined his shoes. Brand new shoes. And this guy thinks it's funny, watching us act like mountain goats going down here. There's Bill over there. No, we've met some goats on the way. Been trekking down this hill for about half an hour now. So after 2 hours walking up the hill and about half an hour walking down the other side, we're now getting down towards the village where we're having lunch. And here's Lao Chai's answer to the Golden Gate. And Bill's just walking across, going around to the restaurant. So time for lunch. What would you like for lunch, Bill? Macca's? Don't think I'll have Macca's in this village. Hungry Jacks, don't think so. We might get some pho, some noodles. And this is the food. Big selection. Vietnamese food. I like those potatoes. Some marijuana trees growing in the village. They use the leaves for making hemp. Bill. So we're now walking through the valley that we could see from the top of the hill. We're walking to the next village and then getting the bus back to the hotel. So now we're walking down to the bridge down the distance there. Get the bus back to the hotel. "3:30, we're heading back to the hotel. We've just been sitting around for the last half an hour waiting for the bus. It's Sunday night and we're just up the street from where we had dinner at the hotel. Dinner was provided, we just had to pay for drinks. And now we're at this square which is about 100 metres away from the hotel, watching these boys play this shuttlecock game. Some of the delights of Sapa. Some very bad karaoke at the top of the hill. These are just some of the hundreds of little cafes and restaurants in Sapa. Just bought Bill this Adidas hat, 30,000 dong, a bit less than $2. There's something on the currency in Vietnam, it's dong, and you get 15,500 dong to the Australian dollar. Here's a 500,000 dong note. And then there's a 200,000 dong note, 100,000 dong note, 50,000 dong note, 10,000 dong note, and then it goes from 10,000 to 5, 2 and 1. Here's a 2,000 dong note and a 1,000 dong note. So 1,000 dong is not worth much at all because it's 15,000 dong to the dollar. It's Monday morning, about 9 o'clock. We're just heading off our trek to Tam Coc village. He said it's about 3.5 to 4 hours there and back. These are the fish from the fish farm locally, but they do grow salmon in Sapa because only place in Vietnam where they can raise salmon is the cool waters. These are actually from the fish farm there. We are walking all the way down the bottom of the valley there to Tam Coc village. At least 2 hours walk. This is the valley that we're heading into. Nice little sun deck down the bottom. The terrace fields.
Yeah, sure.
So it's like doing a loop around this area, doing a loop. And in the Tam Coc village, in the waterfall nearby there, they had a small place for showing the performance and in the traditional music. So we can spend about 15-20 minutes, take a rest and take a look at the show. And end of the show, they have bamboo dancing. If you want, you can learn how to dance with them. And put in the weaving loom and we weave into clothes. So the clothing, the local they using or they weaving, like the dressing, is all made from the hand plant. Not for smoking. In the village, the local they don't smoke marijuana. Because I told you this one, if we want to get fly high, we have to put something else in there. And then, but the Vietnamese or the tourists, when they come here, they will ask for marijuana. It's the same like in Holland, you know. The local not smoking, but the tourists smoking.
We're in the Tam Coc tourist area. Guy just mentioned that each village has its own primary school and big enough they have a high school. Cat has a primary and high school, shown here. The guy just mentioned that they do 12 years of schooling and then they apply to university through a national exam. About 2.5 million sit for it, and they have to get 75% to qualify for university. Then the government subsidises them at university, so they just pay $100 US. It's about 300 universities in Vietnam, most of them being in Hanoi. This girl here got married when she was 15, has 2 children, she's still only 18. It's fairly common, but they have to register their marriage when you're 18, otherwise they won't get any benefits such as school fees. So we're now just heading down to the bottom of the valley to where the waterfall is. You can hear it in the background with some music. This is the path that we've been walking down, much better than the path yesterday, which was a goat track. Getting a little bit steeper as we head down. Nice breeze here. It's quite hot today. It's in the high 20s. There's Bill down in the distance. There's Bill waiting on the bridge. The music's in the background. Just about to go to the main waterfall. Waterfall, called Cat because they couldn't pronounce cascade, so they call it Cat, and the village is named after these waterfalls. Very nice area, nice breeze coming through this little valley. Just about to get an egg and some ice cream. Changed our mind, saw a sugarcane machine, going to get some sugarcane juice. So with the continuation of the adventures, what happened was we got a bike from down below because it was an hour and a half uphill and it was about 30 degrees and I was sweating like a pig. Guy offered me for $2 to drive me up the top, actually $3.50 including bill. So then we asked to change hotels. We asked for a room until 5 PM when we get picked up by the bus to take us to the train station. That meant we had to hang around for 5.5 hours. So we came with the idea of booking a room in another hotel. So we got this brilliant hotel here for $20 a night, or $20 until 5 PM with a fantastic view. Now we can relax until we get picked up at 5 PM to be taken to the overnight train back to Hanoi. And so this is the view outside our hotel, from the balcony from our hotel room, looking over the Sapa countryside. We were way down in that valley in the distance at the waterfall, and we hired a bike just over $3 to bring us back. The other people were told it would be up to 2 hours walk, so smart move to get the bike. In the distance there is going to be the first 5-star hotel, not built by Vietnamese, but guess who? Built by the Chinese. So we moved down to this hotel just between about 12 o'clock till 5 when our bus comes, takes us to the train overnight to Hanoi. And then as part of our deal we got our lunch included in the tour this morning, so we're having lunch now across the way. Just coincidental that it's across the road from the hotel. Bill's into the pumpkin soup again, loves his pumpkin soup. This is about 6 bowls he's had on the trip. And we've got a table right on the road. And across the road from the hotel we're staying at, the Sapa Lodge, which is very nice inside.
It's a little bit hot.
This is our included lunch. There's the grilled sizzling chicken. It's a halal restaurant,
Very
of course.
cold.
And then we have steamed vegetables and beef stir fry, vegetable rolls, steamed rice, and we had also some chicken pumpkin soup. So very good. And a beer and a mango stew.
buổi chiều thì anh em đi ra rửa xe. Quan trọng nhất là buổi sáng.
Buổi sáng thì có
On our trip back to the railway station, it's about 5:30.
một lớp cố định. Đấy, thì
Okay, Bill, it's 6:30. We're waiting for our train, which leaves at 8:30. We've just taken about an hour to get down from Sapa down to Lao Chai railway station. How is Sapa, Bill?
Good. We had a trip. We went trekking in the villages, but it was a bit too long. It was at least 4 hours. And then today we went to another walk to the waterfall, but then we got the motorbike back and checked into another hotel. Now we're just waiting for the train to go back to Hanoi and then go to Hanoi.
Okay. Did you have a good time in Sapa? What did you like most about it?
The motorbike.
The motorbike ride up the hill. It was nice walking through all the rice paddy fields there, on the hillside. Okay. I'm just waiting for the train now back to Hanoi and after Halong Bay. It's just before 8 o'clock, about 10 to 8. The train leaves at 8:30. We've been here about 2 hours waiting. And the train's off to Hanoi. Arrives there about 5 or 6 o'clock. So just going to find our carriage in our sleeping berth. It's 10 to 5 when we arrived at the Hanoi station. Picked up by our taxi guide, going to take us to La Belle Hotel, wash up, get ready to go to Halong Bay.